Welcome back to part 2 of my presentation. A popular problem that single, successful men like yourself face is where to find single women that are highly compatible with what you're looking for. An example I like to use is finding a sports partner. So let's say you play tennis and you're looking for a tennis player. You scout to find somebody that plays tennis. Maybe you do that at your tennis club. You sort and identify people that are looking for tennis partners. Testing might be playing a game of tennis with them. Now, just because somebody plays tennis doesn't mean that it'll be a pleasant experience for you. Let's say you play tennis with someone and they're just so bad, it's not a pleasant experience for you. Or they're so obnoxious and competitive that it's not a pleasant experience for you. The requirement on paper is different from the requirement that you need to experience for the relationship to work. A requirement is a characteristic or trait of a relationship. It's the experience that you need to have and that you require in the relationship. It's not really a character trait of the person. It's that trait getting translated into the relationship. Now, moving on down to my favorite sorting strategy, how to initiate contact with that attractive woman using the rule of 3. The rule of 3 suggests that it takes at least 3 contacts for you to connect with someone and build up enough comfort level on both sides to know whether this is a possibility and to decide whether to move forward on it and get together for dinner or further conversation. You don't want to use your first contact to scare them away. You should not get and give too much information that you and they cannot assimilate all at once. Now, the very simple goal of the first contact is simply to disengage, pretty much as soon as possible, within 5 minutes or so, if you meet organically, having left a positive impression, and within 45 minutes if you're set up on a date by my company or if you've met someone online. Let's talk about testing. Testing is getting an experience that this relationship might work for you or not. It's an experience of your requirements. Remember the example about playing tennis? It's actually playing tennis with them. So how far do you go with testing? Well, I suggest you don't go as far as going to bed and testing out the sexual chemistry too quickly, because that opens up a whole other can of worms. We kind of lose our emotional objectivity. There are a lot of emotions and a lot of hormones that come into play, and we become emotionally and chemically bonded with that person as soon as we have sex with them. We start feeling like a couple right away. It's very hard to have casual sex, although some people are able to do it. How to avoid wasting time pursuing dead-end relationships. Remember, screening is the process of collecting information about this person related to your requirements, and knowing what your requirements are is critical to do this. Now, all my new clients have their lists, and all my new clients believe that their list is comprehensive and thorough, and they would be ecstatically happy if they met somebody that lined up with everything on their list. What I found here at Absolute Bachelor Club and at Millionaire Search is that very few clients have a list that is clear about their requirements, their needs, and their wants, especially their requirements, you guessed. Requirements are absolutely non-negotiable. If one's missing, the relationship won't work. Think about it. If you have a requirement like financial responsibility, you require that we manage our money, that we don't gamble it, that we talk to each other about making big decisions and big expenditures. You get together with somebody that is a gambling addict or impulsively spends money, racks up debt, and that relationship is not going to work. That's a requirement for you. Many people have a requirement about monogamy and fidelity. If that person sleeps around, then it's not going to work for you. A requirement is that, black and white. We don't have a million of them. If you think about it, the test for a requirement is that you would walk away no matter how in love you are, no matter how much you really want this relationship to work, no matter how stunning she is. You would walk away because you would end up breaking up anyway because of it. At the very minimum, if none of your needs are met, none of your wants are met, but all your requirements are met, you have the foundation of a great relationship. Trust me on that. You're going to still be happy. You can still build a great relationship that is happy and fulfilled. If you get together with somebody, if your requirements are met, but not your needs and not your wants, requirements are that core. Everything else can be built over time. The caveat to that is that there's this little thing called chemistry. And chemistry is either there or not. You would not pursue anybody that you weren't attracted to, right? That's why I'm emphasizing your requirements so much, because I'm assuming the chemistry is already there. I'm assuming you're doing this with somebody you're attracted to. If you're not attracted, then you're wasting your time anyway. Many people ask me, can chemistry grow over time? Well, it can. It's remotely possible, but that's kind of like trying to fit the round peg in the square hole. It's like, well, I see a lot of potential here, but it doesn't quite fit. So I'm going to try to make it fit. If it's not a fit, then go ahead and move on. It's the best thing you can do for yourself, especially when you're single. If you're in a committed relationship and you don't feel chemistry or there's a requirement not met, that is a totally different question. Now, I'm going to end our time together by sharing an idea, a little paradigm with you. The idea of screening in versus screening out. Screening in is where you are finding reasons why this might work. You're giving them the benefit of the doubt and giving them a second chance and just trying every which way to let them in, to screen them in as much as possible. So that's the idea of screening in. Screening out, however, is the opposite. Screening out is where you are finding reasons why it might not work. You're being critical. You're looking under a microscope, looking for reasons why this might not work. Now, if I had my choice and if I had to give you one piece of advice to do one or the other, I would suggest screening out. Now, there are men who go a bit overboard about this and they get perfectionistic about this. But generally, especially if it's related to your requirements, go ahead and be picky. I've heard from clients that fear that nobody would meet all their requirements. Well, if you understand what requirements are, that they're core bottom line things that must happen or a relationship won't work for you, and if there are not 1 million of them, there are only somewhere between 8 and 12. The odds that you can find somebody that's lined up with 8 or 12 requirements is pretty good. And the law of attraction is with you here. If you require that and you look for it, you will find it. If you believe it's not possible, if you believe you won't find it, then you'll let go of the requirement, then you won't find it. But if you really stick to your requirements, I promise you, you will find it. So in testing, you want to be very, very clear what your requirements are. It's called being the chooser. I am looking forward to a consultation session with you to assess your requirements and needs. It's usually a 90-minute to 2-hour long interview where we will discuss everything that is important to you. We will touch on everything that matters to you, from chemistry, height, weight, body shape, to lifestyle such as travel schedules, hotel or villas, beach vacations, sightseeing, cruises, or activity-based travel preferences. We'll discuss your preferences to date a professional woman or one who is less career-oriented, income earning partners or not, shared values and relationship goals. We'll touch upon sporting activities to share cultural interests and hobbies, personality types, and other requirements, needs, and wants, with all the key core compatibility factors: libido and sexual preferences, children, having them wanting to start a family or grow a family, adoption, adult children, parental custody, faith, and many other topics of discussion to understand who you are and how we can get you to the one as quickly as possible. It's a mutual interview where I will determine if you're fit for my company and vice versa. Make an investment in yourself. Exclusive matchmaking services help you find the one. We are a shortcut to finding you the one. And that's my offer to you today. I look forward to helping you reach your relationship goals. This was step 2 of my 3-step blueprint to finding the one, and I hope that you will log into my 3rd video.